Hey guys, Travis here on day 6 of the World Championship group stages at the LA studio with Gambit, Alex Ich, who's now made it into the playoffs. Alex Ich, you guys did it. You beat Ozone. You made it in the tiebreaker. How nervous were you going into that tiebreaker match?
So, after we almost lost to Vulcan, we were not really nervous because I was sure what I will play, and when I know the hero that I will play, I knew almost everything about that. So I expect a lot about like the matchups and the stuff because he's better Kassadin player than I am.
Okay.
So I asked him about runes and masteries, and I talked with other mid laners before the game. So I didn't expect that problem against Vulcan, and if we lost that, it would be really upset. But I was much more prepared for a game with Ozone, and it paid off.
Yeah. So is Kassadin becoming like the European secret sauce, like mid laner secret sauce that you guys pull out whenever you want to beat another region because nobody knows how to deal with it, or what's the story behind Kassadin for EU?
Yeah, I think that Kassadin is a hero that is really hard to play against, and he is one of the best late game heroes, and he got a lot of other advantages that I don't even want to speak about. So I think that a lot of regions underestimate Kassadin because he got bad 1 versus 2 and bad 1v1 matchups, but still you can play him as counter pick. I think a lot of people underestimate him in other regions, and that's why we use it.
I like that in your answer you said that he has other advantages you don't want to talk about. So that pretty much says, yes, he is the secret sauce for Europe because you don't want to expose the secrets. So let's talk about that Vulcan game. At the end of the Vulcan game, you guys won, but there was a shot of you where you looked very unhappy. So it seemed like, you weren't that happy after the game. Was it just because they almost beat you, or what happened there?
So yeah, because we should lose that game, and I knew that the game was lost, but still I was fighting till the end, and we were doing the calls and tries. We tried the dragon fight that we lost, we tried some other fights that we lost, but we were still trying, and it paid off. But still we was in such game, I knew that we wouldn't win Ozone, and it would be really hard to win the Worlds. So I was really upset after the game, and I really want to win.
So do you think that in that game against Vulcan that it was what Double F likes to call the Vulcan throw bargains that caused you guys to win, or was it just your persistence and keeping your head in the game?
So I think it's the both, but more I think Vulcan throws, because they throw too much. They throw almost every game. All the advantages they had, they could win much more games. So I think that's the problem of their experience. I think if they play more and become more consistent, they can be a really strong team, because overall their mechanical skills and their Mandatory Cloud is really good.
Yeah. All right, so going into tonight, you guys get to find out who you're going to be playing against. I'm kind of curious. I asked Fnatic earlier, and I'd like to ask you the same. Is there a team that you are more confident about against than the others, and is there a team that you are the least confident against, that you would least like to go up against?
So Diamond said that he wants to go against Cloud9 because he thinks that they're really strong. I said that I don't want to go against Nige and Blacksword because we don't know anything about them.
Right.
That's there is no info, and the only tournament they played it was NLB, and they got knocked out from OGN, so you can't watch if they increased or decreased in their level.
So they're just this giant question mark. Did you say Diamond wants to play Cloud9 because he thinks they're strong, or because he thinks they aren't strong?
No, he doesn't want to play Cloud9.
Okay, gotcha.
So I anticipate Nigenswar, and he anticipates Cloud9.
And then is there anybody, are you guys sort of the opinion that Gamma Bears would be the easiest path?
No, they had Dark Horse too. We screamed all the teams except Nige and Blacksword. So they didn't look strong, but at the same time, we screamed OMG, and even Fnatic screamed them, and I think that we both won against them. But the teams play so much different in scrims compared to, in the tournaments compared to scrims, that you can't say by the scrim that, oh, this team is easy. So I think that all the teams are harder. But Royal's mid lane is really insane, guy. Even in the games they were not playing that serious, but he was playing godlike.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that Royal is one of the contenders for the first place, so I think that I don't want to play them.
You mentioned Mandatory Cloud earlier in that Vulcan thing. Do you think that Man Cloud is the the only, like, what are your thoughts on the North American mid laners? Because I feel like Europe has these really godlike mid laners. Korea has like Faker. There's Cool over on OMG. So is ManCloud like our equivalent of that, or do we just not really have anything like you guys?
So I think that ManCloud is really like godlike mid laner. I mean, at his like laning phase, I think he should work more on like going to mid game, because I think that sometimes he throws there. Maybe it's just Vulcan.
Throw bargains.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like his decisions on laning phase are really good. Like he can win. He won against Dada. He won against me today. I think he won against XPG. So like the problem is like they're transferring into mid game and then into late game, because they tend to throw and I think I don't know who is making calls in their teams. So I think if they work on that, they will be a really strong team and maybe one of the maybe the first place in NA.
So you're obviously one of the few LCS players who has like a family that you've established. I'm curious, are they rooting for you from Russia, or are they over here?
So yeah, my wife is rooting for me for sure, because like she doesn't like when I'm upset.
Yes.
And I'm always upset when I'm losing.
I just mean, are they rooting for you from Russia right now, or did they come over with you?
Yeah, of course they're rooting from Russia, because like my wife and I won't bring my child here because it's really like stressful to go to NA, and like she can't leave him, and my mother and father are watching from home and they don't think that they want to, and like visas in NA too hard.
Right. Yeah.
So everyone is watching from home.
Yeah. Very good. I'm sure that they're cheering for you, and I'm very happy that you made it in. Is there anything here that you want to say to maybe them, or even just to your fans around the world at the end of the interview?
Yeah, I want to thank first of all my wife, and like for rooting for me, for cheering for me. I want to thank like my father and mother for watching me a lot and like cheering for me and saying something good to me, even sometimes I don't answer online, but still. And I want to thank all our fans all over the world, especially our Russian fans that flame me so much that I even want to leave the game sometimes.
Oh, God.
I showed them that my Kassadin is still strong. Thank you, guys.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Congratulations. Looking forward to seeing who you play later tonight. For everyone, this is Travis on Day 6 of the World Championship Group Stages in the LA studio. You can check out the rest of our coverage at GameSpot.com/esports.